Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/InGeneral. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Welcome to episode number 60 of the InGeneral podcast. I am your host today once again, Asees. And we're joined by someone very special today, Chris. Back from his escapade in the Bigfoot hunting or whatever.
Yeah, Bigfoot hunting. Yeah, that was supposed to be a secret, you know. I found Bigfoot.
That was for later. You spoiled it right off the bat.
I did not bury the lead. I jumped right into it.
We'll talk about Bigfoot some more. Don't you worry. But to join us on this special episode of Bigfoot Talk, episode number 1, is our friend Alfa. Alfa, how are you doing, man?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Thank you for asking.
It's
a pleasure to be here, if I'm honest, and I'm a little bit nervous, but hopefully I'm not too disappointing.
Don't worry about it. We have a very kind of casual approach to podcasts. You know, we try to let the conversation roll itself, so it's nothing you need to worry about.
Hopefully not. But yeah, I'm excited.
Hey, tell us a little bit about yourself and where people can find you online.
Right, so I've been a massive fan of Jurassic Park since I was it's my favourite film, and I was a massive fan of it since I've been a child. And then sort of as I started growing up, it sort of faded out of my life a bit. It didn't really matter as much when you're going to school and you've got all these things, and then you grow up and you be a teenager and you sort of forget about all that silly stuff. And then I remember when Jurassic World was coming out, and I found you guys, and it was amazing because suddenly how everyone knew me as the Jurassic Park nerd, and all of a sudden I was in comparison to you guys, not a nerd at all. And it was amazing to find someone that was so it was amazing to find someone that was so enthusiastic about it, because nobody I know really cares about it as a franchise or as a film as much as I do. So to find you guys, and then you obviously turn into Jurassic Outpost, and you're like the place to find Jurassic info. And now I'm on a podcast with you guys. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of funny. I sort of fell into. I don't even remember how I started writing for this website and doing all of this. It was Asees kind of found me, and.
To be fair, Chris,
and it just kind of happened. It was something
you're
that
100 years older than us, man.
Oh,
I used to watch you as a kid.
Oh yeah. I used to what as a kid?
I used to watch you. You remember you put those stupid the flattened snake video up from that.
Oh, dude, I was a kid when I was doing those. Jeez,
you were a kid. You look like a grown man.
I wasn't
I've known you forever.
Even in the videos, my hands were.
Yeah, and one thing you guys might not know about Alfa, this is very important to me on a personal level. He is a notorious Jurassic Park 3 hater.
Ooh,
so right off the bat, we can't be friends, but we'll talk about that later.
Straight away. I mean, hate is a strong word, but sure.
Well, you're right in the same boat with me then. I mean, I do not enjoy Jurassic Park 3, but you know what? We've had this conversation many, many times.
Well, we're having it again, Chris, and there's nothing you can do.
How about that recent news, Asees?
Yes, something we all don't hate? Chicken nuggets, hopefully, especially chicken nuggets that have a T-Rex, Triceratops, and an exploding volcano. Chris, do you want to tell us about this brand new merchandising stuff you found yesterday?
Okay, so yesterday, it's funny, I actually have been taking a backseat approach over the past few weeks to Jurassic Outpost. I've just been kind of taking it easy and focusing on some other things. But yesterday I was at a cookout, and I recently hurt my ribs, so I decided not to swim yesterday just because I was in pain. So I was on my phone. I was talking to some people, and I just decided, hey, I'm going to start searching hashtags on Instagram, because I haven't really done that in a while. So I was searching the Universal Pictures hashtag, and I just kind of went deep, and suddenly I see a post that catches my eye from a merchandising firm who do product art, and there were these images, and I go, well, that's Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, and so it's products, both food products and soap and sunscreen products, and it's featuring the key art that you're going to be seeing on a lot of the merchandising materials for Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. And I immediately noticed there's the volcano. That's our first look at the volcano. And there's the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and there's Blue. So
Blue.
It was a pretty big post there that was just kind of sitting there for the past like 5 or 6 days unseen. So I immediately messaged the chat, our Jurassic Outpost chat, and I'm like, guys, can somebody write this article?
And surprisingly, I did.
And
for
Asees
once.
did. But no, I mean, there's really a lot of information to absorb from these 2 images, and it's cool because it is our first look at like merchandising for Fallen Kingdom, and it's our first look at some of the dinosaurs. It's a really weird way to see some of this stuff, but it's our first look. Do you want to?
You know what? I like how Blue looks so freaking cool in this. She looks like she's lost some weight. She's been working out. Clearly, you can see, right? Is that just me, or is that just like a?
There were some scenes in Fallen Kingdom where Blue looked fine and normal, like a regular Velociraptor
spoiler
to me.
alert, Chris has already seen.
Oh,
Fallen
whoops,
Kingdom.
not Fallen Kingdom. Jurassic World. There are a few scenes in Jurassic World where Blue looked fine to me, and then there are a few scenes where she just looked really weird. Like her neck looked
Like
too
a
short.
fat turkey.
Yeah, her neck looked too short. Her body just didn't look like a Velociraptor.
Yeah, the model did look like it changed sometimes for me. It was weird.
Yeah.
I was recently having a conversation with somebody who works in CG, and they mentioned sometimes they have to render the CG now in a different lens than what they captured the plate on, because otherwise, if they captured it on like a 50mm lens or 100mm, they need to switch it up because it might actually make the dinosaur look cartoonish depending on how it's posed. It might make the head look too big and the body too small, so they have to kind of switch it up to make it look consistent to our eyes. And I'm almost wondering if that was maybe one of the issues that we had happening in Jurassic World, where sometimes they just looked funky. I had the issue with the Velociraptors, and I had the issue with the T-Rex.
Yeah, it's the CGI in World's not perfect, and I'm not sure if that's like for budgetary reasons or stuff. I have a big issue with the color correction, which I think
tell me about
doesn't
it.
help at all. The horrible sort of Michael Bay teal and orange skin tones, it's just awful.
Yeah, it didn't feel natural. It didn't come in at like the right time. Sometimes the color correction looked fine, and sometimes color correction can really be used to set a mood, but it just kind of felt like a filter was applied over the entire movie.
I just got like just Transformers vibes from it. I'm like, I'm watching a Jurassic Park film, not a Michael Bay action movie, and I'm like, it didn't sit well with me.
Yeah, you never felt like the warmth and the humidity and like the atmosphere of the island.
No, it made it feel more generic.
Yeah, just the whole visual look in the movie. It wasn't horrible or anything like that, but it certainly didn't have that feel that both Jurassic Park and The Lost World had to me, which was just, it had a very vivid texture. You really kind of felt like you were there on an adventure in this Isla Sorna and Isla Nublar.
Speaking of adventure, we see some very adventurous things on these. Wouldn't you say? Specifically, the broken gyrosphere. I remember we got some set pics a while back of I think from Hawaii, right? There was a broken down gyrosphere, one or two of them.
A few of them. Yeah, they were like kind of strewn across like the landscape, just broken gyrosphere. So
truly a fallen kingdom, if you will. That made no sense. But it's decaying. It's a fallen kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. But no,
don't worry about it.
It is kind of cool to see that that's going to be part of the artwork. And one thing, as an aside, that I'm pretty happy about is it's not Chris Pratt's Owen all over the merchandise. It's the island of Isla Nublar in various states, and the dinosaurs. So you have these. But
has a human element ever been a part of the packaging though for any Jurassic Park movie?
I don't the dinosaurs that sell it ideally.
Yeah,
the reason people go.
I don't think so, but I was just worried, I guess, because Chris Pratt's like a big breakout star. Everyone's obsessed with him right now, and the main Jurassic World poster had him riding on his motorcycle. You had
he was on the DVD cover, just his face too on the side.
Cover. Yeah, how his face is on the side. It was just kind of.
It was so weird.
Such a weird.
They might have more
choice.
confidence. They might have more confidence in this film doing well, so they might not feel the need to plaster his face all over it. Because was maybe kind of a risk because the franchise hadn't had a film in 15 years, more than that at that point. Like that. So maybe they were a little bit self-conscious and were like, well, maybe it might not do so well. So let's just plaster Chris Pratt's face on everything, and people will go and see it because he's the new Harrison Ford or whatever they were calling him. Yeah. So that might be why now that they feel like they've got a bit more brand security, almost they can focus more on the dinosaurs. I feel like when his costume and a couple of trailers have been out, there will be more of him at some point. But that also might be why.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely get that, but it is good. because everything I've kind of seen from the merchandising end of Fallen Kingdom, both here and otherwise, it's definitely put a focus on the dinosaurs. And what's cool is there seems to be sort of two different styles going on. There seems to be like the day, so it's like before the eruption. So you have like what looks like, the sort of just beautiful green valley from Jurassic World. The foliage, the blue sky. It does look like there's maybe a little bit of like hazy gray smoke kind of hinting at what's to come on the horizon. Mm-hmm. And then there's I guess what we can call either like the night theme or the eruption
Sunset?
theme. Yeah, where it's sort of the classic Jurassic Park colors, but instead of it being a sunset, it's because the sky is turned red and orange from an erupting volcano, and everything is dark because the smoke is blotting out the sky. So you see the jungle on those ones, but the jungle is black now. It doesn't have those bright greens. It's this black with this orange and red, and it's very reminiscent of the classic Jurassic Park marketing, but it's a very different reason. Before it was meant to be inviting, the sun setting, it was very beautiful.
Almost calming, yeah.
Yeah, and this time it's,
opposite of calming.
It's kind of the ultimate sunset for Isla Nublar, probably.
Oh, that's deep, dude. That was deep. I like that.
So there's a few things to catch on these. One of the things that I really dig is these are actual ILM movie renders.
Yeah.
That was the big thing for me. That's the first thing I noticed. Like, the blue looks fantastic. The T-Rex looks fantastic.
It looks
compared
better
to what
than
we
the
got
Jurassic
last
World
time.
T-Rex.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like some shitty drawing. It's like a legit, like, it looks cool. It's like a cool looking T-Rex. I like it.
Yeah, I mean that.
And the trikes.
That probably is her. Those are probably all of their original Jurassic World models, maybe with some minor modifications. But
Sure.
These have existed in a style guide for a few months now. So these aren't like they didn't just get cooked. They were made while Jurassic World was filming, probably before then even.
How come they didn't use these then? These look so good.
Well, I'm sorry. I meant Fallen
the
Kingdom.
assets.
I'm sorry. I'm messing up all my movie titles, but I meant
right.
like these have existed while Fallen Kingdom was filming.
Oh.
So there's a good chance that they're probably original Jurassic World assets, and any tweaks that the models receive are not yet reflected. However, it is very possible that these are their Fallen Kingdom final counterparts as well. But
Which is exciting because we have a baby and adult Triceratops.
Yeah, exactly. So I wish that we could get a better look at the Triceratops.
Oh yeah, because there's a box, the Kellogg's box. It has the trike and the baby trike. I want to see that box, man. Yeah, which I want to eat that. I want to eat that so bad right now. I'm hungry.
But what I can say is the baby Triceratops on display, that is the
Jurassic World one?
Yeah, that does seem to be the design from Jurassic World. It's obviously a new movie render, which is nice. And I really do like the pose of the Triceratops, the adult Triceratops as well.
Oh yeah.
There's
also that Triceratops, it reflects the Jurassic World design, so I think, right, roughly or pretty much from the first glance, right?
As far as I can tell, yeah, that is the Jurassic World design.
So it's good they're not going with some like crazy, the Lost World to Jurassic Park 3 massive change to the dinosaur designs, which makes me feel a little bit more at ease. Because one of the big concerns I had from Jurassic World to Jurassic World 2 was the dinosaur change, the designs would change, like with the switching over of the practical effect companies and whatever.
Yeah,
so, it was unwarranted, but still, I feel safer now.
I don't suspect that we'll see any. I'm sure the models have been tweaked. I'm sure the textures have been tweaked. But I'm thinking it will be minor. So, like, you're not going to be like, wait, why does it, like, is it a different subspecies? I don't think we're going to have those questions like we've had in the past. I bet you that whatever the new dinosaurs are, I mean, we know a few of them because of some of the set images from those like kind of foam not cardboard, those foam dinosaurs they had as kind of placeholder props. I think we know at least one new dinosaur, which I mean,
I'm gonna let you say it if you want to say it because I don't want to say it.
Do you not know how to pronounce it?
Partly that.
Now I'm it's the Stiggy Moloch, but now I'm sort of
Stigliomoloch.
But I'm sort of wondering if I know how to pronounce it because honestly, this is despite I used to volunteer in a museum and intern at a museum with paleontology, but honestly, there are just a ton of dinosaurs I do not know how to pronounce
Alpha,
their name.
I want you to give a shot at that. How would you say the Stigliomolochsaurus?
Oh god, wait, I need the name in front of me if I'm honest.
I think it's Stiggy Moloch. Unless it's Stygimoloch, but I think it'll be Stygimoloch.
I want to hear Alpha say it. He's a
God.
British accent, so it's gonna sound right no matter what.
Oh god, well, I need the word. I need the
Bring it
word.
up, dude.
How do you have to spell it? Where is it? Is it on the?
Stygimoloch, I think.
Oh god,
If you get that right, I'm gonna be very impressed.
I think there was a Y in it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is it meant to look like sort of a Pachyosaur kind of?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Pachyosaur.
Yeah, like a Dracorex almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. It's the Grimlock? I don't know. It's a Grimoloch. It's weird. It's weird. That's weird.
Like a badass medieval dragon. I love it.
Yeah, I'm used to pronouncing dinosaur names, but like
There's
when,
so
when
many
you're
of
not
them.
told exactly how, I'm afraid to pronounce that properly.
Well, a lot of them you tend to only read anyhow, and then it's
Yeah.
when you go to say it out loud, you realize like, oh shoot, I've never heard this dinosaur name out loud. Like,
No,
I'm probably going to butcher it.
the
but-
ones that get me are the Chinese dinosaurs. They're
Oh,
always the
yeah.
ones that are really confusing.
Like, what was that one? Like the Yi Kui or Yi Ki, which is the one
man.
with the it had like the bat-like wings. Do you know which one I'm talking about? It had like the buck teeth and the bat-like wings. Like it had membranes for
Oh,
wings.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what its name was.
But anyhow, that's an aside. The reason why I brought up that dinosaur is I could see that ending up on merchandising.
Yeah, it looks like a badass dinosaur.
It's a very cool. It's sort of like a
unique.
if Pachycephalosaurus is like the kind of standard version in that family for the franchise, this is its
Sure.
more exotic cousin. The one question that I really have though when it comes to new dinosaurs and Fallen Kingdom is where did they have they been on the island this entire time? Because Jurassic World implied there are only 15 species on the island, or officially at least only 15 species.
Do we know if this movie is gonna go to Isosorna by any chance?
I don't think it's going to.
No.
I don't think it's going to.
In that case, I have literally no idea why they have a Stygiomolochosaur.
I think Stygimoloch. I I think that they might just say, "Oh, those were the 15 primary species, but they had numerous other species on display in the island."
Okay, sure.
I think that might be the route that they go. I am very curious. Like I don't mind. I'm happy to see new dinosaur species, but I also wonder, are we going to see a Pachycephalosaurus and a Stygimoloch, or are we only going to focus on the new Pachycephalosaur cousin? Like I'm curious about some of those things, like how they're gonna depict them.
I mean, that's like saying, are you gonna see a Triceratops and the Triceratops cousin with the longer horns?
Oh, you're saying like something like a Styracosaurus or something?
That's the one. That's the one. Like it's the same type of dinosaur, right? Like if you're gonna put
The Ceratopsians.
keep it wide. Keep it wide. I want a wide range, not like a. I don't want too much same. You know.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
funny how you guys mentioned that there's only 15 species supposedly in Jurassic World, but on the holo display, there's a picture of the holo display thing in the Innovation Center,
yeah, it was
and the
like
prop has
27 or
more than
something.
15 species on it.
See, now here's the thing, though. I never necessarily took that as the species on display in the island, but rather, since that was like a learning center, I just kind of took it as like, okay, so
Yeah.
you go to your local museum, they have 11 different fossils on display, but their interactive machines that they have, like their different touchscreen things, have even more dinosaurs that are on display, so you can learn even more about the dinosaur family trees. I kind of
Yeah.
took it as that, but see, that's the thing, though. Doesn't Gray, at the beginning of Jurassic World, doesn't he say how many carnivores and how many herbivores are on the island?
Yes.
He does.
And I'm pretty sure it stacked up to 15. And then it's a bit more if you count Velociraptor and Indominus, because they weren't part of the official list at that time. You know
The general
what?
public's not gonna care though.
You know what? Yeah, no, I know. I'm just curious as a fan. Like, I'm not.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not
yeah.
caught up on it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this movie sucks because they didn't explain where the new dinosaurs came from. Like, honestly, give me more new dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's like Star Wars. It's they come up with new ships and stuff, but then there always has to be an explanation from why did we never see them before?
Yeah,
Like, did you see,
It's
like,
does it
Snoke
matter? Does it
destroyers or
matter?
whatever?
Snoke's
Yep.
ship is like what, like 38 miles long or something
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's
like that?
ridiculous, bud. That's stupid.
I meant more as in like the U-wings in Rogue One. Like,
Oh,
the
yeah,
fact that
we're
you
in
never see
episode
them
4, 5, and
in
6.
the original trilogy after that, But
Yeah.
it's not a big thing.
Yeah, I can.
The
handle it.
explanation for that is that they were like an old ship, and they were being decommissioned at the time, so they don't really have many of them, and they just disappear after that. But the thing is that they need to explain it, or people get upset.
You know what, though? Here's my headcanon now. If they were not on the island, if they were not on the island before as an official attraction, when the Indominus Rex paddock was meant to open up for the public, the Indominus Rex wasn't the only new attraction. It was the headlining feature dinosaur of a whole new wave of new dinosaurs.
Oh, I like that.
So maybe that's like what was going on. Like maybe they had, Stygimoloch.
The DLC.
Yeah, maybe they had Stygimoloch out there in the restricted zone.
If you pay $5 now, you
being raised and ready to introduce into like the herds, but they weren't introduced yet because it was going to be a big marketing push where, they've got 5 new species of dinosaurs, including a brand new hybrid. That could make sense. Who knows what they had in the restricted zone? Maybe it wasn't a public attraction yet. Maybe they were studying them to make sure that they were good to go out in the wild for people to see.
I have a question for you boys. Since we're on the topic of dinosaurs, do you reckon, like, if they can retcon this in any way, do you reckon there's any other wild animals, like a classic raptor, in the restricted section?
Well, wasn't that meant to be something that was alluded to in one of the earlier posters, that there were raptors on the island still breeding?
See, that's
breeding?
The thing. That poster got me so hyped for that, and in the movie, nothing.
Because that's the book, isn't it? That's in the book.
Yeah, wild
Jurassic
raptors.
First Jurassic Park script, Jurassic Park 4 script, there's wild, like, digging raptors or whatever that go underground.
Which, ironically, weren't they in the geothermal plains?
Yeah, they were.
So
because that's where the Stegosauruses were eating the stones.
So now here's the thing about that Mark Englert poster is we all took it as a hint of like wild raptors on the island, but he's since talked about it and he said no, that poster was meant to be kind of like a prequel to Jurassic World. That was supposed to be when they were cleaning up Nublar and building the new park. So yes, there were wild raptors, but then InGen came in and cleaned up the entire island and controlled the entire island like dinosaur population.
Even though all the raptors died at the end of Jurassic Park, didn't they?
Well, I guess. Well, no, because there was.
Lived, didn't they?
Well, there was three. There was the 3, and then.
Well, remember there were the footprints though.
Yeah.
The nest.
Yeah, true.
That Grant
true.
found.
The nest.
So
yeah, no, you're right.
There were wild raptors on the island. Yeah. See, I don't know because I find it hard to believe that like Jurassic World operated as an open park for 10 years, and yet they never realized there were wild raptor populations on the island.
Yeah.
What if, like, we know they're going into some sort of tunnel system in this movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Based off the set pics. Maybe, tunnel systems are dark. Maybe there's some hiding, like maybe they're like mice or like rats, right? They have like some dark corner in the tunnel system somewhere. Got some dirty wild raptors hiding. They're gonna attack our guys in this movie, right? That's what I'm hoping for right now.
I mean, I could take it. That's something that I would probably want to at least have a little bit of an explanation.
It could be in the in secluded section of the park that they never went to or whatever.
Like at the
we'll
very
have like a Nymeria sort of situation where Blue's
it's like Game of Thrones.
Had her own pack of
that'd be so
velociraptors.
I would love to see Blue kind of being the alpha of a pack, or if there aren't other wild raptors in the movie, and assuming, I mean, the whole the volcano's erupting, and we're able to put 2 and 2 together because of the domains. They're going to rescue the dinosaurs. Wherever they bring them, it would be very interesting if they get Blue and they introduce her to like wild raptors. I would love to see the way that dynamic played out.
Yeah, when I first found out that we were going back to Nublar, my head is it's so many questions. It's like why, how is Blue going to be featured? How is the Rex going to be incorporating that somehow without it feeling forced? Without it makes sense.
It makes sense.
This is like the most difficult job in the world. How could you figure that out without making it feel forced at all? So I don't know what they're going to do with it.
I guess, I can understand Owen's character. Okay, so my assumption here is, with the domains that they purchased, like Isla Nublar Rescue Mission, All Creatures Have Rights, Dinosaur Protection Group, and then the picture that Frank Marshall tweeted that had the hashtag We Can Save Them. My assumption is they know the volcano is going to erupt, and they, create a team of people to go out and rescue, get the dinosaurs off the island before it's too late. I would assume relocate them, and I would assume they're going to relocate them. This is, I think this is going to be a little bit of a sidetrack, but with Jurassic World Evolution, including the Islands of the Five Deaths, my assumption is they're probably going to because that's such an obscure thing to bring up in that game.
Yeah.
So my assumption is the movie might say, "Oh, we're going to relocate them to the Five Deaths because we already own them and they're already remote." And
Or maybe just Sorna.
Yeah, or Sorna, and Isla Sorna's already over there. So that's my assumption.
Issue right now, though, boys. I guess spoiler alert, but not really, but kind of potentially. IMDb has a guy listed as a dinosaur buyer or like an auctioneer or whatever, right? So we know that they don't go to the islands.
I don't know. I mean, do you really? Everything you buy, do you buy what's in front of you, or do you buy things from a distance?
Yeah, you clever boy. I don't know, but
it could be a Lost World situation again.
That's my concern. I'm concerned now. I mean, I don't want dinosaurs on the mainland. I really do not.
I mean, I don't want dinosaurs in the city or dinosaurs in population centers. I can handle dinosaurs on a mainland remote location. There are a lot of really remote locations in this world.
It's like Lockwood. It's gonna be like a Lockwood Manor or something. Didn't we hear like there's gonna be action there or something?
But that doesn't really.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have a dinosaur there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, considering he was John Hammond's partner, I wouldn't be surprised if he's had a pet dinosaur for like the past 25 years, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, that honestly would not shock me. If he's a rich, eccentric guy who has a lot of money, a lot of property, and is reclusive, if you told me, oh yeah, he's had a pet dinosaur, but only like 5 people ever visited him, so nobody knew, I could take it.
See, I keep saying all these worries I have, and you guys keep coming back with things that actually sound so hype.
Well, I think that's part of the thing with Jurassic Park is seeing the dinosaurs in places like the raptors in the kitchen, or when it's the Triceratops ploughing through the camp and the camp being destroyed in the Lost World. It's less about having them doing Godzilla stuff and more about them having in sort of more nuanced situations.
Exactly. Now, I think what the key difference there, though, is, the dinosaurs didn't choose to go to mainland. The dinosaurs were born and bred on this island, and then people built, like, facilities. So technically, it's like they built a kitchen in the territory of a velociraptor.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what, and it's not like the velociraptor got loose in Colorado and then, found the nearest city and decided to go hunt there, because that does not make sense.
No. My point was more like, I don't mind if he's got a dinosaur in his mansion and there's like a little set piece or something in the mansion with this raptor or whatever he's got, let's say. But yeah, as long as it's not walking down, like, let's say, London Street and there's a Brachiosaurus, that's just that's just a bit absurd.
Yeah, we don't need to go dinosaurs invade mainland.
We've done that already,
nor do we need to go. Yeah, and we don't need to go post-apocalyptic. Like, honestly, like I always thought it would be cool if InGen had other facilities and other locations in the world. Maybe they weren't open yet, but maybe there was going to be like Jurassic World in the Congo or Tanzania, or Jurassic World in Siberia. These very, very remote locations that you can build a... I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing that, because if the dinosaurs got free, they could ravage the natural ecosystem. But that's a very big theme of these movies, and, mankind's arrogance thinking they can control these situations. And that I can handle. There's
not enough dinosaurs for there to be like a huge global impact, though. There's like maybe 4 or 5 dinosaurs per species, right? There's one raptor in this movie, probably, right?
Global impact immediately, no. But I mean, if you had if you had like a pack of velociraptors that are breeding, get loose, the impact wouldn't be immediate. But if they continued to breed and continued to spread, it would. I mean, think of invasive species, how just turtles or snakehead fish, like, apparently, one got loose pregnant in, these locations, and then years and years later, they've become a massive problem. They've killed off a ton of the other local wildlife. Because
That's a good point.
So I could see that.
I know they explained this in The Lost World, but what about the lysine contingency?
That's the other thing.
Lysine, it's not, like, rich everywhere, surely. So they, in theory, couldn't spread everywhere?
Well, the other thing I could think of is are the ones that were bred in the wild, are they actually deficient in lysine? Like, do they actually have that deficiency? Or was it only the ones that Wu created? They never expected them to be able to breed. So it's very possible that, when they began to breed, that actually just bred out that deficiency anyhow. So it might have only been applicable to, like, the first generation dinosaurs.
Okay. That's possible. All right. I'll buy that, Chris.
I mean, I really don't know. And also,
Chris,
the other
expert,
question...
man, you're the expert.
It's a lot of unknowns. It's just a lot of kind of...
But it's with Rexy. Like, I don't like calling her Rexy, but it's just...
I don't like that name at all.
Name that people come up with. It's with the original Rex. How is she still alive?
Yeah,
Because she looks cool, bro. That's why.
I mean, I'm totally down with it, but it's kind of like thinking, wait, shouldn't she have died like 19 years ago?
Well, I guess it's the same concept, you know. The herbivores were eating the lysine-rich plants, and she was eating them, and
Possibly. Well, yeah, okay, all right.
I mean, think of this: even if like a brachiosaur died of old age or disease, she could just sit there and scavenge its carcass for a while. That would probably feed her for a good while. And then if she needed to hunt, there were the small dinosaurs like the Gallimimus, which probably bred fast enough to actually support one Tyrannosaur on the island.
For sure. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think that's probably how she survived. Or, hell, maybe Wu's lysine deficiency just didn't work.
Well, maybe now that, maybe because he's, like, kind of the antagonist, let's say, of... Because, you know, Vincent D'Onofrio's dead. Because he's, like, probably the antagonist. He could have made it all up. Because he didn't specify what was in the Indominus either, so it could all be, you know...
It could have been.
I wouldn't mind that.
Although I think he seemed more genuine during the events of Jurassic Park. I would be very surprised to hear that he like lied about the lysine contingency.
But we don't know what was happening behind the scenes, though. So he might just put on a face for the tourists. But you know, they could explore this later on. Like, oh, I never liked him, and I always went back behind his back with Mr. John Locke, whatever his name is. You know.
Yeah.
We can go deep with some backstory in this movie. I'm very excited for that.
That's similar with the books as well. Is that he's like, we're very much like, oh, we could make them look however we want them to. Like we could, you know, give them feathers, give them not feathers. We could make their skin change color. And Hammond's like, no, they have to be accurate. And he's like, yeah, but what if accurate is not what people want?
Yeah. You know? No, I mean
that whole plot.
I think that. You know, what's funny is I really do feel like I feel like the filmmakers have become Dr. Wu in terms of some of the dinosaur designs. Now, I'm all for not changing the classic dinosaur designs, but when it comes to them like insisting on even making the new dinosaurs look retro, even like the brand new bred ones, like I sort of feel like they are Wu because they go, "Oh, audiences don't want this," and all I think is you don't know that until you actually put that artwork out there. Even for one dinosaur species, you know, if we have Pachycephalosaurus and Stygimoloch, what's stopping us from having a cousin Gallimimus species with some feathers? Yeah. It's not going to detract from the movie as long as you don't have it replace the old one. Then I don't see any issue with it, and it gives you some cool visual variety. I would take it fantasy style with the designs, though. Like take the real thing and then explore what you can do with plumage. Do some weird stuff, like the Dilophosaurus frill. Imagine dinosaurs that do have feathers or have like eye spots in their wings. Weird stuff.
Yeah, there was a Velociraptor in a TV show called Primeval that had sort of almost like proto feathers on it, and whenever it was about to attack, they'd always stick up and like shuffle, and it looked really intimidating.
Yeah, you can do.
But they never use stuff like that.
Yeah, you can do cool. I think it offers like a whole new realm. As like an artist, I think it gives them a whole new realm to explore. Behaviors of these animals and the visual depiction of them. Like, it's not just about accuracy. I think it explores a whole new, like, it opens up a whole new visual chapter, which could be cool. It could be dumb looking because there's plenty of feathered dinosaur recreations that look really silly, but there are also ones that aren't that silly and they look quite interesting, almost like something like out of a fantasy world, though.
Speaking of fantasy, guys, let's wrap up this news topic, which is very good for us, very good speculation. The Jurassic World logo, no Fallen Kingdom on it, from what I can see.
Exactly. Now, what's interesting, though, is you do see that it is the Fallen Kingdom logo minus the text. Yep. So that is the brand new logo. The texture is the same. The color is the same. That is different than the Jurassic World logo. And it even has the cracks that are seen on the Fallen Kingdom logo.
What if this was created before the title was created, and this is like a little bit of a mock-up, if you will?
I don't think so. I think that they're just gonna... Jurassic World is the brand in the franchise now. Mm-hmm. So if these stay on shelves after Fallen Kingdom is out, they still remain modern. They still remain timeless. So
yeah,
it's bringing in the key art of Fallen Kingdom, sure. But it's meant to encompass the entire brand, if that makes sense.
I feel like makes sense. The subtitle overcomplicates it a bit as well. So if you're trying to sell marshmallows, you don't want to add that extra bit to it. Sure.
Exactly. You don't need Jurassic World. Oh, well, he wants Jurassic World marshmallows, not Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom marshmallows. What's that? No, yeah. It's just... Now, on the back of these packages, you might have like a logo that says like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, now in theaters. And that's how it's going to be integrated. Star Wars is doing the same thing, actually, with the Hasbro toys. Have you noticed that
there's no Lost World or the
there's
Last
no
Jedi on that?
exactly there's no The Last Jedi on the Last Jedi toys.
interesting.
It's just the logo's now red, like The Last Jedi. The Star Wars logo is red, and it's using just key art that sort of feels like The Last Jedi, but it just says Star Wars.
Okay, I
And
like this trend. Then it's a good trend. Makes
it
sense.
is. Yeah, I think it looks great. I think putting Fallen Kingdom on like the front of an ice cream package is sort of funky. Because then it feels like it's not Jurassic World brand ice cream. It's ice cream advertising, like it's ice cream advertising a movie. And that's sort of the difference, right? This is supposed to be the brand presenting the product rather than the product presenting the movie. And that's sort of why it works that way.
Okay, I like this. Very good.
And I noticed some people were like, in some of our comments, they're like, oh, this is clearly not Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It doesn't say Fallen Kingdom. And I'm like, they're like, oh, the volcano means nothing. You can find images of volcanoes on Google.
The volcano means nothing.
And I'm like, okay. I mean, the volcano is. I mean, Frank Marshall came out and said, hey, Jurassic
there's a
World
volcano in this movie.
It's quite official. It's quite a big part of the film. The plot.
It's such
pretty much it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a weird way that they've gone about advertising this. It's very strange the way they're doing it. Like that, we don't even have like a log line for the plot, and yet Frank Marshall has come out and said volcanoes in the movie, and now we've got chicken nuggets with an erupting volcano and a T-Rex.
Yeah, it's Universal haven't been doing a stellar job with, because I don't think they quite understand how important it is. Maybe, like Star Wars and like you, Chris, you always mention the art book, how there is no art book for Jurassic World, but there's one for Kong Skull Island. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Really?
I think it's the case of like as a corporation, individually they understand, but as a corporation they're not structured in a way that they can easily make these things happen. And I think it's also like one hand not talking to the next. Like with Jurassic World, one of the things that happened is a lot of people in the company were under the impression they put out a press release about Isla Nublar returning well before filming started, because they put one together, but it just never went out. For whatever reason, someone decided not to put it out. And there's like a lot of weird things like that where like, so one department thinks this is out there, the other department doesn't. We never even had official cast announcements for Jurassic World. At least with Fallen Kingdom, they've acknowledged it. It just was like, oh yeah, these trades say this guy is the top actor in contention for the role, and then the movie's filming, and that's it. There was never really any acknowledgement from that until you see the trailer and you're like, oh yeah, I guess he is in the movie. And like, we knew as fans, but it was sort of the message was a little bit muddied, and I think that they're getting better at that, but I think that they have just a huge leaps and bounds to go to like really get on like a marketing level that is fun. Not only informative, it needs to be informative, but it needs to be fun and interactive for fans and casual fans alike. Like, you really need to engage, you need those calls to action.
For sure.
And I think that they understand that, but I don't think they're right at the level to do it yet.
Yeah. Well, I think it's another thing, like I said earlier, that they probably didn't think Jurassic World was going to be all that massive. Yeah. And then it was like the highest opening weekend of a film ever. And they were probably like, oh, damn. Maybe we should, focus on this a bit more. And now they're probably more trying to... I imagine that it'll probably gear up a bit more when the actual... close to the film, because we're still eight months away.
Yeah, when we get the trailer in November, I think that it's going to start a marketing blitz
for sure.
I think that's just things are going to go nuts then.
I'm tempted not to watch trailers or anything because I've wanted to go because I remember not watching all of the Force Awakens trailers and people going, oh, the last trailer's amazing, you have to, and so I watched it, and now I feel like I shouldn't have. Like, it was amazing when you watch, but then you see the film, you're like, okay, I pieced this all together.
Yeah. The Force Awakens
I feel sorry
was
for
not
you
as
guys,
bad
especially
as
because
Jurassic World.
You report on this stuff, and so you sort of have to.
It's tough, like the things, especially because there are things that I necessarily like say some of the bigger leaks. There are things that I necessarily wouldn't want to see, but they end up in my email inbox anyways, and we don't cover it. But like, I saw it or I read it, and it's like,
so you end up reading it, and it's too late.
I'm like, okay, can I forget this? I'm like, I don't think I can forget this. And so taking a step back real quick right before we close away from this merchandising thing, I saw some speculation. People are thinking that a T-Rex and Triceratops might fight because of the chicken nuggets. how the chicken nuggets have a T-Rex and Triceratops chicken
Confirmed.
nugget facing each other, and
Chicken Nuggets confirmed it.
they're both on the package. I mean,
Mum, the T-Rex is going to fight the Triceratops. Well, how do you know? The chicken nuggets told me.
I mean, I would like to see that. That is sort of like an iconic thing that the movies have never done. But
Yeah, I mean, it's well, because anybody that knows dinosaurs knows that they existed at the same time and place, so it makes sense, and people know about it. I think,
Yeah.
so it would make sense then to do it.
Yeah, and it's it's sort of like a pop culture thing, like having a T-Rex and Triceratops square off, and it was in Jurassic Park the game by Telltale.
It was
Yeah,
actually pretty
don't
cool.
remind me.
It was pretty cool.
That was like one of the cool parts of the game. That game,
And then it was all downhill from there.
that game had a lot of cool concepts, but the execution was so. Ugh.
I think it was just before Telltale got their game together.
Yeah.
Right before Walking Dead.
It's unfortunate because all their games after that are just so freaking good.
They're perfection. They're literally
Yeah,
perfection.
it's like, man, Jurassic Park, it kind of got
Why did
screwed
they have
there.
to be the guinea pig one?
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of,
Shame.
we were talking about box office a little bit before this. It's a quick little news article from Forbes. Scott Mendelson. He's stating or predicting that Jurassic World will probably be the highest grossing movie of summer 2018, if not the year. So
It will definitely be the highest grossing movie of the summer. I'd be very surprised to hear that to learn that it's not.
Han
it's
Solo's
gonna-
coming out in May, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah,
so
but-
far.
But then
it's
again,
probably gonna
there's
change, isn't it?
I don't think that'll do as well as maybe they're hoping it will.
I think he'll probably do Rogue One levels.
Yeah, probably less than even that, because Rogue One
Yeah.
has, it's more.
There's a lot of
action-oriented,
intrigue
so I don't know.
behind Rogue One, and I feel like with the Han Solo film, it's a bit more like we don't want this.
Plus,
Why
I mean,
do
who
this?
wants a Han Solo?
my
No
hope-
one wants
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. I don't want Han Solo recasted. I mean, I'm going to give it a chance. I just think it's a bad idea, and I think that there were other stories they could have told.
Yeah. Well, not only
but-
that, the whole just the
The whole behind the scenes, eh?
Yeah, it's
but I'm
been
gonna
a-
give it.
a
I'm gonna
shit
give it a
show.
chance. I'm sure that it'll have some
course.
cool ideas.
well, I think all of us will.
But my
Oh,
hope,
Danny Glover. Donald Glover as Lando. That's
Yeah.
Wait,
perfection.
what?
yeah, Donald Glover. Oh wait,
Donald Glover as Han Solo? What?
I mean, oh shit, as Lando.
No, I mean, I my interest though in the spin-off movies has depleted because I really didn't enjoy Rogue One.
Hey,
I really did not like Rogue
Chris-
One at all. I
Chris,
thought it was
stop.
super generic.
no.
No,
but
no, Chris.
I'm still interested in them.
Obi-Wan, bro. Obi-Wan.
I just think that they. I don't know.
They need to go a bit
Obi-Wan.
broader
I'm
with it.
excited for. I'm
Although
excited.
this
yes.
isn't a Star Wars podcast.
Correct.
I wish it was, though. I wish it was.
So
We should do another one to do it. Do Star Wars.
So yeah. Anyhow, closing off. So there's the broken gyrosphere. We have it confirmed that Blue is returning. There's a Triceratops and her baby. There's the Pteranodon from Jurassic World. I would be happy never to see them again. Maybe like the volcano erupt and we'll see the whole flock of them burn up in the sky, and that will be that. Like
savage.
If Jurassic
Like-
Park 3 has one thing, it's the Pteranodon.
I think the Lost World has better Pteranodons, but I do like the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodons.
Yeah, the Lost World one's a bit more classic looking.
It's so majestic, the Lost World one.
Yeah.
It is.
And then otherwise, there's that one picture of Blue with the helicopter flying behind her. But if you look at those pictures of Blue on the soap, that's where I said you see sort of like it's beautiful green grass and green mountains and blue sky, but you see that sort of orangish haze. And I kind of feel like that might be the look of the movie. Like it starts out really green and blue, the haze sets in, and the sky gets dark, and then it erupts. I think that could really build the volcano. Like it slowly becomes more and more tense, and it probably just looks like an insane forest fire by the end of it. I'm looking forward to seeing how that's visually depicted.
Oh, hello there. I hear you're a fan of dinosaurs and Jurassic Park. Well, check this out. Audible has got a deal that is perfect for you. Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial for you to check out their great service. Since Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is coming out next year, why not go back and listen to the first Jurassic Park novel written by Michael Crichton on audiobook? Or, if you're interested in something brand new, why not go check out Michael Crichton's novel Dragon Teeth? Hey, you might even be interested in something brand new. Why not go check out Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg? To download your free audiobook trial today, go to audibletrial.com/ingeneral. Again, that is audibletrial.com/ingeneral for your free audiobook. One more time, why not? audibletrial.com/ingeneral. Thank you, Audible. We love you. Guys, speaking of visually depicted things, Lego did a very good job visually depicting some sets from 2015 Jurassic World, and guess what? They're doing it again with 10 more sets for the Fallen Kingdom, aka Fallon's Kingdom.
Jimmy Fallon's Kingdom. Jimmy Fallon's Kingdom. So, I just realized the post that we've embedded.
The Instagram post is gone. Eh?
Yeah. That's weird. They didn't email us about it though. So
that's okay.
Number
1 fans.
Well, it would have been Lego, not Universal in this case.
Whoops, not number 1 fans.
So anyhow, there were in their catalog. There was an image that it said Jurassic World. It had the same logo that's actually on this merchandise, where it doesn't say Fallen Kingdom, but it is the Fallen Kingdom logo. And it was said placeholder, whatever. But there are 5 sets. So there are 5 standard Lego sets, 3 Lego Junior sets, and then 2 Duplo sets.
What's a Duplo for people not?
Duplo is preschool, so they're very big blocks, and they're a completely different art style than Lego.
If you step on them, you don't die.
Yeah, exactly. But Lego Junior, they are the same art style as Lego. They are compatible with Lego, so you wouldn't necessarily visually notice a difference. They just tend to use bigger pre-made, prefabricated pieces, and they're made to be like a more simple construction experience.
So if you're a fan of this for the set, like these sets, like I was in 2015, you're gonna want to buy the junior sets then, yeah?
Yeah, you're gonna want to buy the junior sets. They'll probably do more. They'll probably have more basic experiences, like a vehicle, maybe one that's a little less, involved and large. But yeah, no, I mean, I think that we're gonna get at least 8 sets that are like the regular Lego art style. I think that that's pretty exciting, and there might be more, assuming that there are retailer exclusives, which I do think is happening.
Also, the wallet is gonna hurt, because my wallet was hurting after the Lego sets came out, because I bought every single one of them,
dude.
But it's an investment, because they're all worth more than I paid.
They are worth more now.
Lego goes up more than the price of gold most of the time.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a good. Kids, if you're listening up, tell your mom and dad to buy you some Lego.
My mum's work colleagues do that. They don't even like Lego. They just go and buy the sets, keep them in the box, stick them in their attic, and then just wait a few years.
I love that, dude. I love it.
I mean, I'm tempted, but I always open it.
Oh, man.
I open mine too, but they're still worth a lot. So it's like you can have fun with it for a bit, build it up, put it away, and sell it for big boy bunny.
I'm just hoping I can sell the bits that I don't want and keep just the Raptor figures, because those are the best parts of it, in my opinion.
Those figures are great, dude. They're amazing.
So
for years, we've wanted like proper dinosaur Lego.
Yeah.
It never happened.
I hope that we get the Jurassic World Lego. They didn't really give a lot of species of dinosaur, especially from ones in the movie. So I hope that with Fallen Kingdom we get a wider variety of species, even if they like maybe sell individual minifigure packs separately.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's more species in the game, the Lego Jurassic World game. There's Ankylosaurus, there's the Triceratops,
and they
and
actually,
the Spinosaurus, and all these ones that aren't actual Lego sets yet.
They did a better job depicting their visual look, also.
Yeah.
In the game, like they did a really good job with some of the visuals of the dinosaurs. Like they're like sort of as film accurate as they get, which is weird because like Lego Jurassic World: The Indominus Escape, they just used generic Lego dinosaur skins for a lot of the dinosaurs. Like even though they had accurate skins for the movies, they didn't use them in that, and I just always found that a little strange.
Oh wait, Chris, wasn't there supposed to be like some sort of classic Jurassic line with like new Lego? What happened to that?
I have no idea what's going on with the Lego stuff. I don't know if Lego has a Jurassic World Legacy collection. Mattel does have a Jurassic World Legacy collection. I do not believe it's coming out in January anymore.
What happened?
I believe it's been delayed a little bit, but that's it's not going to be like a huge delay. Like I don't think you're going to have to wait a year or anything. It'll probably just come out later, probably closer to Fallen Kingdom. But otherwise, then there's the Jurassic World: The Legacy Collection, which is based on all the previous films, and
oh boy,
it's gonna kick off, I think, more focused on Jurassic Park, and then start hitting the other films as well. But your wallets are gonna hurt.
My student loan is not going to be spelt properly on what it should be spent on.
Yeah. As for Lego, my guess for the sets that we're getting is I'm assuming the largest one will be like a big volcano playset or something like that. That would be cool.
Or Lockwood with the auction.
Oh.
You never know.
If that is a thing, I really don't know.
Assuming it's gonna happen. Assuming, of course.
Lockwood's Manor does look very cool from that one set picture we have where the girl is standing in the hall. I imagine those bunkers we saw in Hawaii. I imagine one of those will be turned into a Lego set.
Oh, and the gyrosphere has to come back because we love gyrospheres.
Yeah, I think the gyrosphere will be included in that set. But this is just guessing. Like, this is honestly not based off of anything.
I have no idea.
I'm just taking a guess.
Insider information here.
But, yeah, no, so I think we'll get a volcano playset, a bunker playset, maybe a Lockwood Manor playset, and the rest, I really don't know. A helicopter one. Maybe we'll actually get a mosasaur this time? I don't know.
Ooh, submarine mosasaur set.
That would be cool.
You see, that exists in the game. So they might just have all these models ready.
I mean, at the very least,
make them.
they have 3D models of them that they can just 3D print a prototype
right, eh?
and then put it into plastic from there.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
Yeah.
Guys, the most important question regarding Lego is, forget the dinosaurs, forget the sets. Are we getting a
Jeff
Lego
Goldblum?
Ian Malcolm?
Yes, of course we are.
For
I
sure.
don't know.
Yes, of course we gotta have it.
I hope that we get multiples. Like, I hope that there's like one in one outfit and then one in another outfit or something like that. Yes.
You mean like an island?
Well, if they're doing the
adventure
old films
Ian
as well,
Malcolm?
they'll have Lost World, Malcolm.
That's
Jurassic
true.
World,
Dude,
Malcolm.
I wonder
wish.
if they're gonna wait. I don't know. Like, I do hope that Lego has a Legacy collection coming out, but I really don't know. I really am not sure why they haven't already started doing Jurassic Park sets.
Yeah,
But,
they did it for Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
When
it's
Crystal
strange.
Skull was coming out, they had all the sets from all the other films.
Really?
Yeah, they had they had all sorts. They had the Anubis, where the Ark of the Covenant is found. They had that, which
I love
is
a Temple
Raiders.
Of Doom. Temple of Doom, yeah.
I think they had a Temple of Doom. I'm
I
looking
gotta
for
go buy
something.
it now.
It cost you a lot.
Yeah, with the investment, with the way the prices are going up, hell, I'd probably pay it though. 'Cause I love that movie. Guys, speaking of movies, and you know,
I heard there's a new Jurassic movie coming out.
Yeah,
I heard, and you know how sometimes movies start. I mean, they all movies start. Most movies end. I think. I think this is a pretty good spot to end this movie podcast.
I think so. Does anyone have any last minute thoughts, hopes, or comments they want to throw in before we close out?
Can I plug myself?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please.
Perfect. If anybody found me mildly interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Alfa as ALFA__101. Other than that, you can't find me anywhere. I'm a ghost.
Except for
Away.
Jurassic. Oh, what the hell are we called? In General podcast. I almost forgot what we were called.
Yeah, thanks for listening to
Jurassic
the
Outpost podcast.
thanks for listening to the In General podcast by Jurassic
Chris,
Outpost.
Absolute pleasure.
Yes, thank you, Alpha. Chris, anything for yourself? Any last statements?
I really hope that we get some promotional stills from Jurassic World this month. I think this month would be a good month to get like a still or two. Next month, some sort of tease, and then November is when we get the trailer. So
That's it, guys.
that
Thank
is
you,
said
Alpha.
with confidence.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
We want to have you back soon. I'm sure.
Oh boy, oh boy.
All right, hey, thanks for listening. And as always, hey, like and subscribe to us on iTunes, and please leave a comment, a review. All that stuff really helps us out. And
Yes, please subscribe, guys. Go on your phones, hit that subscribe button, the big fat subscribe button. Give it a slap with your thumb, and then you can go to audibletrial.com/ingeneral and get a free audiobook.
Exactly. Be sure to do that. And otherwise, just let us know what you want to hear from the podcasts. And thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.